Outstanding. Alright, I was able to do some tomfoolery to get this to work immediately, so I'll get right to it. Character started off as a burn ward patient to get the maximum amount of points that I could for that flaw. Being a slow worker really won't matter for me personally because I can control time, but it does mean that it will take longer in game, so I'll have to burn more calories, things like that. Uh, PTSD is, kind of a bummer. I did not double that down with the smoker flaw. I know how much of a pain this can be from previous run-throughs. The Restless Sleeper is one of the reasons I was prioritizing a decent bed so early in the game. There are excellent quality beds, but good would be enough to get me some meaningful sleep, as we see here. Slow learner is, not the best of flaws. It's probably the one that will affect me the longest in game, but I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, and some of these advantages that I get are just absolutely game cracking in my abilities, in my opinion. Stress eater, yep, I knew that I would be starting the game with a lot of stress and that I would be underweight and heavily wounded. Eating lots of food ups your healing rate. I did not want to suffer from that too much, and it's kind of it was a quick, easy way to try to get a little bit of control on my stress. It did not work out the way that I wanted, but oh well. I like Conspicuous. I like being able to draw the zombies to me from distance, so I don't really consider this a flaw, especially the way that I use it. Hard of hearing, again, is listed as a flaw, but for a couple of reasons, I think that it's actually rather nice. I don't mind having the penalties for this because I'm already starting up so high and because I use it so frequently. This is kind of odd for the veteran class because I am playing a veteran who is desensitized, and so normally panic is just not a thing for me except for night terrors. Um, I don't mind throwing that in simply because it goes away. It's very, very manageable. I just basically have a gun in hand. Um, and this also, partially negates the pacifism elements, which, it's all right. Um, this is also one which will affect me throughout the entirety of the game, but I'm 98% certain that you can make beta blockers in game, that there's recipes for it, so I just need to find it and I can make that happen. I have always struggled with character body heat in mid and late game. For my last play, I basically could not wear body armor because he was just constantly overheating. And I had been using the low sweat trait to try and mitigate that, the loss of all the water and things, which was nice. But I think that if I can just prevent being hot, that would be nice too. On one of the points, this seemed pretty easy. I'm annoyed that I can't name it and personalize it, but it's whatever. Short-sighted, hey, all you have to do is wear glasses, so it's not really a flaw. Speaking of, what happened to my glasses? I should probably find those. Again, when I can speed up time, this will mostly make my ADHD a slightly sharper because those beta blockers won't last as long. And then, you know, be a veteran, see the world. Um, yeah, I really wanted to start the game with a hiking bag because, as I'm sure you've seen in the prior videos, that's really, really useful. I also like being able, once you clear an area, to benefit from it. I think it's just brilliant. Getting happiness from the undead is just a smart play. I'm never going to run out of the undead. There's a lot of darkness in this game. Um, I'm kind of annoyed that it's better vision at night and not in darkness, but oh well. Having the faster inventory transfer, 50% stacks really quick, even when you're controlling time. If it's only one or two things, I may, I may not be quick enough to hit that F5 and speed up time, so this kind of does it for me. This is critical to my early gameplay, especially if I am the burn ward. I can't I can't kill anything when I'm a burn ward victim, but if I can knock it over, then I can, stompy stompy. Outdoorsman is brilliant because you'll notice the negative 90% chance of catching a cold. That's the big one. That's the number one reason why I get it. Um, so I'm not going to have that lights fire faster effect. That's this is marijuana in game is fantastic for boredom and stress management, but it does in fact exhaust you and make you very, very hungry. So this mitigates those downside elements. My sleep is garbage, so I make it that my character there doesn't need as much. Um, this just gives me random happiness kicks throughout the day. I'm a happy guy. What can I say? Uh, this is also very nice for long-term survival because of that. Not only is it a reduced chance of getting the illness, but it doesn't last nearly as long. And that kicker of the raw eggs never cause food illness. Being immune to salmonella or whatever the egg version is, I think it's still salmonella. Maybe that's only from chickens. Again, more. Please don't sneak up on me in the dark. I don't care for that. A cooking boost for your happiness and stress and whatever you can is also a smart thing. You have to eat every day. You might as well, get something for it. Tripping is just such a bad day, and getting pulled down is also a super bad day. So this was just kind of a nice crack to reduce that. Um, Plus 25 max weight. I mean, that's a quarter more. Why? Yeah, why would I not? And I like having good things, and I often drive off road, and I don't like getting sick or bleeding out. This kind of helps with that as well. The well fitted, this is so nice when you're doing your layering. Um, Normally, the weight reduction from wearing clothes versus carrying clothes is not super large. I would call it a fifth, maybe a quarter. It might be more, but with the well fitted, it's closer to half, if not more. It's very, very nice. Finding things is good. Finding unique things is supremely good. The artifacts in this game, um, yeah, they're very nice. You usually can't repair them, but they're usually almost twice as effective as the base model. Again, more carrying of things. This is nice because it's not just the carrying of things, but it's just the storage of things as well. So you'll notice it on the big boy containers, like the international containers have a base storage of 1,000, but it's closer to 1,400 for me after all these stats do their math out. Being able to fix things is great. Not having things break on you when they repair is even better. Yeah, I don't mind pilfering corpses, whatever. They're super dead. I want to carry more things. I like to carry things. This is when I get my strength up, this is really going to kick in at that time. This is another, I want to start with a decent enough gun skill that I can use it from the onset, and this helps me get there. Um, a 1 in 3 chance to dodge any attack that's just smart. It's just smart. I'm still out of shape, but otherwise, yeah, that is the character run up. So let's go into the settings of the world real fast. I will do mods last because I did mods a little bit on the last video, so they are not really super important in my humble opinion. This takes a lot longer to quit than I thought it would. Okay, anyways, so I will go to a solo world, and going into custom, I just have to choose somewhere to open it up. Alright, so, oh, wait, no. Custom, thank you. Alright, so currently, just mix it up. Alright, so this is Apocalypse setting. This is the hardest that the game normally goes. So as you can see, they usually have a normal zombie count, and they're usually urban focused. I kicked that all the way up to insane because I am. The game wants you to start on July 9th. I don't know. Hey, that's coming up quick. I don't know why. I always liked the idea that April 1st had a part to play in the zombie apocalypse. Like there were reduced responses and people weren't really taking it seriously. Oh yeah, the dead are rising, April Fools. I don't know, that's just part of my headcanon. I did, like I said, I left the electricity on, but I left the water for its default. So in-game, for me, this is going to go off at any time. Um, I don't think that rotted food should just stay in-game. That kind of... No. No, it does eventually rot away. Um, did I change? Yeah, I did. They went from sometimes and very often to just rare and often. Oh! The reason I did that is because I also changed it so that the zombies can set off alarms. I think that it just made no sense. Back to Apocalypse. Right, proper zombies, yeah, okay, they can turn you into zombies too, and that's really a bummer. And as I said earlier, I wanted to turn that off. I wanted to make it that the survivor was immune. So, nope, not gonna kill me. But it doesn't make sense to me that the zombies breaking into houses doesn't set them off. So I turned that on and lowered the rate just to kind of make it a little bit more realistic, but also manageable. Because that's me. Also, the light bulbs in this game are no. A light bulb does not only last 2 weeks; it should last 20 weeks. So I changed that. Changed plant resilience because it's kind of silly in game the way that it normally goes. I bumped it up. I acknowledge that. Yep. I also turned off the helicopter event and replaced it instead with Horde Night. So helicopter event is you're chased for 6 to 10 hours. Sometimes the helicopter shoots at you, but regardless, it draws zombies to you, and you have no idea when that happens. Sometimes I left the meta events on, but yeah, I've replaced helicopter with Horde Night. For meta stuff, I'm pretty sure I left it at Apocalypse. Yeah, so I'm playing at Apocalypse. For I feel like I changed the rarity some on this. Yeah, so in Apocalypse, everything is set as rare. What I did is I pumped up the ammo 1. I went from rare to normal because I need the bullets, and to compensate, I turned a lot of the other stuff down 1. I went to extremely rare. So 6 negatives for 1 positive. I feel like that's okay. I also did give myself a bit of a kicker here. The default is 0, so you usually start the game with 8 points. I like 42. I think 42 is a better answer, especially when I'm going with the insane zombie count, which we will get into more later. I did not give myself the starter kit. I feel like you should have to pay points for that. I did turn on the multi-hit because, yes, if you're swinging that bat correctly, you can absolutely do that. I turned down the degradation slightly. It's just a little bit too fast in game. I also have slowed down time in general. We're doing 4-hour days, not 1-hour days. It's too fast. It kills my immersion. Yeah, if it's clothing, I should be able to wear it. Why not? Come on. Yes, having a mini-map is critical. I am not starting with full knowledge. I'm starting in the dark, that's fine. For vehicles, I did turn them on to easy use, and I did set an actual shut-off. They will normally run themselves out. I think that's dumb, but that's my only change. It's straight Apocalypse setting in and of itself. When we talk about zombies, here's where other things get fun. So normally, even on Apocalypse setting, it's 1-1, blah 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 blah. That's cool. I decided, nah. I want way more than that. So if I'm away from somewhere for like 3 years, then I guess I'm okay with something respawning there. But yeah, those are the settings. I don't think there's any settings past this. Nope, this is just the character build. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then for my mods, we've already gone over this at the beginning of the last video. So if you're here from then, all my deads. Yeah, mostly locations and vehicles. I do have a few mechanical quality of life changes. I do have working elevators so long as the building is powered. I do have working computers. I do have working pinball machines. I have MREs. I have the capacity to stack ammo. I have more of pretty much everything as far as consumables, foods, cereals, VHSs, skill books, ammo, all of the things that instead of it just being literature, it will now have in-name games or in-game names. So you'll see a lot of famous literature through things. Yeah, I like being able to make s'mores. Yes, rain washes things. Ponchos are good. So I mean, I didn't. USMC is a super powerful one because obviously it comes with a lot of open. Honestly, I think it's like the armors and the weapons are probably the biggest effects, but they're in balance with the rest of the game things. Um, yeah, that's everything. So that was a quick rundown. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know, and I am happy to review them. Have a great one.